You know, for a long time I thought there was something wrong with me because I was shy. I used to think it meant I wasn't good enough, not funny enough, not interesting enough. It felt like everyone else just sailed through social situations while I was stuck on the sidelines, wanting to connect, but afraid to take the risk. It felt so incredibly isolating. But here's the thing I've learned. And I've learned it from years of research and from listening to people tell me their stories. Shyness is a normal human experience. It doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you're not worthy of love and belonging. It just means you feel a little unsure, a little uneasy in certain social situations. And the good news is, even though overcoming shyness can feel daunting, it is absolutely possible. It takes courage to show up when we feel unsure, but the more we practice courage, the more courageous we become. So let's talk about how we can start showing up for ourselves and for each other even when it's hard. Let's start by acknowledging that shyness exists on a spectrum. Some of us feel a little hesitant in new situations, while others experience more intense anxiety. There's no right or wrong way to experience shyness, and the reasons behind shyness are as diverse as the people who experience it. It can be rooted in our genes, our upbringing, our past experiences, or a combination of factors. Sometimes it's about feeling like we don't belong, like we're not good enough. Sometimes it's about fearing judgment or rejection. But no matter the reason, understanding that shyness is a natural human response is a huge first step in overcoming it. It allows us to approach it with self-compassion rather than self-criticism. Because the truth is, we all experience moments of self-doubt. We all have those inner voices whispering, "What if they don't like me?" Or "What if I say the wrong thing?" It's what we do with those voices that matters. Instead of letting them hold us back, we can learn to acknowledge them without letting them control us. We can choose to show up anyway, even with the fear. Remember, vulnerability is not weakness. It's courage. It's the willingness to be seen, even when we're not sure of the outcome. One of the most powerful things we can do to overcome shyness is to challenge the negative self-talk that often accompanies it. You know those thoughts I was talking about, the ones that whisper, "You're not good enough," or "You're going to mess this up"? We need to start talking back to those thoughts. Challenge them with evidence. Ask yourself, is it really true that I'm not good enough? Or is it possible that some people might actually enjoy my company? Often, when we really examine our negative thoughts, we find they're based on fear, not facts. And when we can start to dismantle those fear-based thoughts, we create space for something else to emerge: self-acceptance. Self-acceptance means embracing all parts of ourselves, even the parts we deem imperfect or unworthy. It means recognizing that we are enough, just as we are. When we can approach ourselves with kindness and compassion, we're more likely to show up authentically in the world. We're less worried about pleasing everyone else and more focused on being true to ourselves. And that authenticity, that willingness to be vulnerable, is magnetic. It draws people in because it reflects a deep sense of self-love and acceptance. Overcoming shyness is not about making one giant leap. It's about taking small, manageable steps outside our comfort zones. Start by identifying situations that make you feel shy. Maybe it's making eye contact with a stranger, joining a conversation at a party, or speaking up in a meeting. Once you've identified your triggers, choose one to focus on, and start small. Instead of aiming to be the life of the party, maybe your first goal is simply to say hello to one new person. The key is to gradually expose yourself to the situations that make you uncomfortable, building your confidence over time. Remember, progress, not perfection, is the goal. And be kind to yourself along the way. It's okay to feel awkward or uncomfortable at times. It's all part of the process. In fact, the more we can embrace those feelings of discomfort, the less power they have over us. We learn that we can handle them, that they're not the end of the world. Overcoming shyness doesn't mean we have to do it alone. In fact, one of the most powerful things we can do is to reach out for support. Talk to a trusted friend or family member about how you're feeling. Sometimes, just sharing our struggles with someone who cares can make a world of difference. It can help us to feel less alone, less isolated in our experience. Consider joining a support group or seeking professional help from a therapist or counselor. These spaces can provide a safe and supportive environment to explore the roots of your shyness and develop coping mechanisms. Remember, asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It takes courage to acknowledge when we need support and to reach out for it. Overcoming shyness isn't just about changing our thoughts and behaviors, it's also about taking care of ourselves on a deeper level. When we're stressed or depleted, we're more likely to feel anxious and withdrawn. That's why it's so important to prioritize self-care practices that nourish our bodies, minds, and spirits. Make time for activities that bring you joy and help you to relax, whether it's reading, taking a bath, spending time in nature, or listening to music. Engage in regular physical activity. Exercise has been shown to reduce stress, boost mood, and increase confidence. Pay attention to your diet. Nourishing our bodies with healthy foods gives us the energy we need to show up fully in the world, and make sure you're getting enough sleep. When we're well rested, we're better equipped to handle challenging emotions and social situations. Remember, overcoming shyness is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, days when you feel confident and outgoing, and days when you want to retreat back into your shell. Be kind to yourself throughout the process. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small they may seem. And when you have setbacks, view them as opportunities for learning and growth. The most important thing is to keep showing up, to keep taking those small steps outside your comfort zone. Because it's in those moments of vulnerability, those moments when we risk discomfort, that we truly discover our strength and resilience.